All right, so we'll go over Mizar's multiplanar day. This is a great day we're gonna start with intrinsics. I won't put that on video. So toe cars for me, when I think about that, is to get Mizar back into rooting the ground for a couple important reasons. Great toe extension, activation into dorsiflexion, but also just having that passive range is gonna affect our ability to sprint, lunge, change direction, and actually really shoot too. Anyone who's ever wrestled understand like that knee past the toe is gonna be super important, and we definitely lose some soft tissue extensibility under the boot. So I'd encourage the majority of this first portion to be barefoot. So when we think about toe cars, think about giving me a thumbs up with the great toe. So I'll show you that's the only way I can do. Picking the big toe up, then initially picking up the other four on their own. So extending the other muscles that are in control of extension for the foot. Spreading, which is rooting, super important for his ability to squat, create tension to the ground. And then finally working on waving the toes, so up, and then trying to put them down single, one toe at a time. Motor control, and then also is a good check-in for me. I would actually film him doing each foot as far as like, hey, what's normal, what's optimal, can we move that as part of our warm-up. Second one are our plate falls. So this is looking at multiplanar impacting. So we'll start actually just on the ground, absolutely as low and as slow as Mizar needs to go. So sagittal plane, getting into the frontal plane, going all the way around the clock, okay? And he can talk to me about what directions are the most problematic, and we can go over that as far as specific mobilization. And you can see progression would be adding height and adding load. So if that was our day one, week one, with my knee at 45 degrees, we can come all the way up. Can he tolerate decelerating from a greater height, greater speed? That kind of gets us back into jumping. So it's this 50-50 between what he tells me as far as symptom reports, and then second would be me watching. How good does it look? Now we get into the marching. I'm gonna step away, probably won't be able to hear. I'm gonna go across. So time spent in single leg stance. We'll go through 3 series here. The one will be first introductory, super stable. Second will be moderate speed, so looking at one transition, and then finally just a high knee, multiple transitions, again on that continuum of speed and impact. So just thinking active dorsiflex, looking for symmetry between the legs, balance, and then going to a single switch. So we're up, single switch, hitting the board in the same positions, and then finally multiple switches. Same position, faster, more aggressive. We can do the same thing going laterally, and then at diagonals too. And then final one is our racquetball reaction. So we're gonna move the camera. So single leg on the injured leg. So because Mizar is alone and does individual design, no friends, we do like the wall because there is some amount of unpredictability that he has to react to that is going to be important for him to play with prior to going back to jiu-jitsu, where everything is reactive to your opponent. So better would be for someone to stand behind him and throw it over his shoulder, okay? Or to use an asymmetrical like a rock ball that is going to be unpredictable because of the change in surface. But it's a great way to kind of like turn your brain off and just get on one leg.